Hi there, I'm Robert Dudzik and I'm the composer, producer and sound designer. Since I decided to open myself to you and starting sharing my tips, tricks, my techniques, how I'm recording my stuff, I was just swamped by so many messages where I can get you sounds, where I can buy you sounds. And for a long time, my sounds was only available exclusively basically to the trailer houses or to TV networks. Last year, when I was approached by my friends on Steinberg and say, hey, we'd like to release your library together and with Cubase 11. So I see, it's perfect opportunity for me to release finally these things. And I know the sounds will be go to the right hands and used by the right people. So the library is called Noir and it's contained over 400 different sounds, design elements, they're all categorized. And when we're gonna go to my Cubase, I'll give you overview and show you some of the techniques and the way how I design, how I'm using. One thing I want you to know, all the library, it's done the same way, all the single sounds is and at the same level how I'm delivered to the trailer houses. So basically you not only getting the over 400 elements, you're getting a lot of years of my experience, getting feedbacks from a lot of production houses and a lot of trailers or TV networks. And based on all my knowledge, I feel like I maybe nailed the formula. Well, it's basically anything you can do, it works. Because obviously if the trailer houses using you and you hear you start constantly on different new projects, you're doing something right. Trailer sound design, they're very different than typical other sound design. And I tell you why. The sounds, the editors and the directors of the movie, they're putting more impact on the release of the trailer because this trailer will sell eventually movie project, what sometimes costs $200 million, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. But there's a lot of money. And when you're working on the trailer, you have like 30 seconds time to sell this big budget movie. So you have to go extra mile when you design and make sure each of the elements, what will be placed over there, will be special and different from anything else what you did before. So for creating Noir, I went to the junkyard again and I record so much new raw material. And even on the clips when you see it's just a one sequence, one hit, I want you to know each of the location. When I just filmed the video clip, that was just almost like the end of the recording. So pretty much I spent maybe like an hour collecting 100 of different sounds, different samples, because I really want to find the sweet spot when I place my microphones so I will get the right sound. So this is what I did, and same thing, it's come to like sitting behind the synthesizers, moving the knobs and try and get the right tone and going after hour files to edit the right pieces, elements, and what will be just the one little snip of the sound. So like you're gonna say like, yeah, that's cool, it's working. So I'm really excited to share this with you because I really believe these elements will bring you more punch and edge and add more dynamic to your production. Because we all know sound design today, it's a big part of any project, video game, movie trailers or TV shows. Here is, there's Noir, and Noir will be fine right here in your media bay. Now, of course, to access Noir, you have to own Cubase. And if you own Cubase, it's for free for you. So let me show you something. This is Noir, and when you click, everything is pretty much organized. And how I say, I'm creating over 400 different kind of elements. They're all right here. Right here you can see the previews, and all is encrypted with the metadata. So if you go right here, you have categories like boom, blasts, drones, drops, impacts, reverse, rise, slams, stingers, transitions, and whooshes. This is the pretty much common effects what they're using most of the trailers, editors use or composer using, because they're already doing the music part, but they want some things what will be built up, emphasize the tensions, and sometimes just give extra punch in the music, whatever they're composing. So that's the elements. So this is some of the previews, some of the atmospheres. And you see the waveform at the bottom, it's all give you idea how they look. So pretty much it's almost like a pre-produced templates for you when they just give you a lot of inspiration, and you can know how to stack them. So then we have booms. Booms always from spacey, add a lot of power. Drones, and there will be like atmospheres and trailer hits, big sounds with drums, different impacts. Metal, let's combine my junkyard stuff. You will like them too. Then of course reverse, but I try to not typical reverse when you just have like symbol or something. I'm always adding some little characters and little reverb just enough so it's gonna sound natural. Slams. What's pretty much categories when you go, it's a combination of big whoosh, power whoosh with impact. What's good for the transitions too sometimes. Stingers, that's aggressive sounds. Sometimes they do just to opening scenes, you know. I can hear right now my wind chimes with bells combination here. So as you see, there's a lot. My organics elements, what I record, doesn't bow, garbage buckets, wind chimes, all kind of bells. For me, sound design is all about stacking layers, and trust me, with all these elements what you have right now here, you will be able to creating infinity of sounds, you know what I mean, number, and you will be able to combine with your effects or just add to your music. So for this presentation, I'm gonna use one of my just the drum tracks what I use for my Runway trailers release with Raid. And as you see, it's just the drums, basic stamping. I stripped down all the sound design before and the musical elements like strings, all kind of synths, hybrid elements, just to having track. So let's give you an idea by adding some of the sounds how I will be able easy to transform this drum track just to big powerful trailer complete composition. And this library will help you achieve with really a lot of your compositions add the brand new fresh sound to them. So we have drums, packing, and of course, like, you know, final hit climax. So one of the things what I do first, what I will do, and this is just fun, but this is the way how I work. First I will go and I will just add audio tracks. And let's add like probably 10 audio tracks. Sorry, let's move this one up. The next thing what I will do, I will select all of them, include the first one. And this is a cool tip for you. Right here, a new mixer, and you know, let me just move for a second to you right here. It's called Q-Link. And a lot of people don't know this thing, but it's a very cool function. If you hit Q-Link, when I move my fader, the all automatic, you see the going down. And I usually bring around 10 o'clock, not 10, to around 10, because it just gives me room after when I want to mixing my effects. If I want to bring them up or down, then I just have so much room for doing things. The next thing, usually what I will do, I will mute my last two tracks and just go to like random sounds right now and just gonna try pick them up and place them. So basically, like right here, they will probably work like atmospheres. So first one, like when you place right here, it's starting working right away. But here it's a plain this, so maybe we can go and just add some of the whooshes. Yeah, just to add more like dramatic tone, you know. So I add this thing and it keeps going. And right now, maybe I will copy even this one, again, the atmosphere, and maybe adding again here and it's continue keep going. But now it's starting building tension, so maybe I can go add one of these elements and sound design, and maybe we're just gonna start having something building up, and so there will be start here. Keep going, and that would be cool if this thing will be matched perfectly. As you see, at this moment, it's not matching perfectly. So what I would do, that it's one of my favorite tools on Cubase, and I call this thing Play-Doh. But first, I will have to go and maybe cut a little bit here and just go to my tool and just a little bit stretch. So they'll be matching very close to this thing. And let's back to the normal. It sounds like it right now. So all right, it's starting working, the sound design. So we have this part, but it stay kind of dry here. So maybe we can add maybe some of the brown, just to adding the more dramatic stuff to building stuff. So I'll just maybe go right here and right under, just add like. And it's going again, so let's maybe again copy the brown again. And now it's another cool thing. Right here when you see it's going over to, if you don't know this, you can just close both of them, hit X, and the keyboards are the shortcut, and it's like a nice crossfade. So it's starting working. So again, I will repeat the same situations and the next of them, because we want to build this anticipations. So basically move this thing, and again, and here's already done. So basically you see the sequence, it's starting working. So you can already starting building and starting going. So now maybe we can do maybe transition hits right here, and you can adding these things and the sounds. Let's make sure it's hit on the note. So when you hit it, yeah, so it works right now. So you're starting adding this thing, and from now we can add more different ones. This is cool element, so let's just throw like right here and just add more. Again, make it bigger and make sure it's hitting right now. So it's starting working, and again you can come back to atmosphere, and now it's starting to be something completely, something really cool, because you're adding these things and this starting. And what I will do right now, even like in these things, why not? I'll just go slice from here and just go even like right here, and maybe do fade right here, and whoosh, transition hits again. Yeah, maybe build this right here. And do again something. So it basically will be ending right here, the riser, when it's and here maybe we can gonna add some brown. No, brown. That's riser. Yeah. So that was fun. So you can see, like from the strip track right away, I was able to do this right away, and it's starting right away. It's a difference when you see it's adding more color, more power, and the elements just become very handy for you. So remember, like one thing is when you're using the sounds, you don't want to just slam them right in the beginning, because there will be sometimes too much. So you want to leave the editors or anyone else room for adding other of the stuff. Oh, and you hear even that the atmosphere, there's a lot of organics elements because all the stuff was initially recording and just overlay them together. So you get the concept. Basically you can add them and just make your track sounds bigger, fatter. So this is how it works. Another creative way to using Noir would be like just go right here to media again and just pick up like some random sounds, like example like segments. It's basically, it's a combination, almost like a pre-made templates, what just give inspiration. And I will usually just move them to like one track and go to like difference category, maybe pick up some few atmospheres. Something will basically give me like a creative blocks, maybe a couple of drums. Let's slide them here. And you're gonna see how able you will be to some reverse. And I will show you the other techniques, what I like to use too. Some risers. All of them, they're not like just typical risers going. They're basically the opening into some breakdown. There's a lot of interesting characters going in the risers, and you can see some tonal elements, always good. So you have them here, and I know it looks kind of like a mess and why I'm doing, but trust me, everything is making sense. What I'm gonna show you just a moment, because I'm like a big kid and I create this technique for me, and I always call it's like I like to play with my Legos, because you know this is basically all different blocks, elements, what I do, and I will be able right now to stack them. And the reason why I mute them right now, because when I'm gonna mix them together in the other tracks, I just don't want them to mix with the stuff that I already have, because there will be sounds weird. So you remember when I bring already all my volumes down already to like minus 10, I did this in purpose because I have more control. But right now, either all these new elements what I did, I would like to even highlight them all, or like if you don't know, you can just hit Control A. But I highlight them all, and basically I gonna normalize them to minus 6 dB. So for me, I just customize my keyboard, so I have like Control Z, Command hit, and they're all gonna be right now normalized to minus 6. And the reason why I'm doing this, because now when I bring them all in my session, I will be able to play too with the different levels of each element, because you know, like the whole secret of the cool mix, it's playing with the levels of different elements and the transitions and how you layer them, and you're getting completely new sound design element. So for start, let me just show you. Watch. Do this thing, make it a little bit bigger for me for now, so you can see. So let's pick up like random, like, okay, let's pick up one segment right here, and we can pick up maybe another segment right here, maybe some reverse. We can add some riser, because it's always good. It's good to having tonal. Maybe we can add some wish. And do I add some booms? I don't think so. So let's and like low impacts, cinematic impact, or low booms. Yeah, so here let's have, and let's some maybe one more riser. So look at this. I just place these elements right now without I even hear them, but just by looking at the waveform, I have a kind of idea how they're gonna sounding. So let's start like this, and basically just trying level them up. And again, the technique that I showed you before, hide them, X cross, X, Y, and even do this here, and we can move the reverse here, and let's find, so maybe brown. Yeah, brown will be actually cool right here. And let's add brown in the final thing. And like I'll just go cinematic tone, just let's fade down. And let's put maybe boom right here. What else we can do? You know what? You never go wrong with like cool reverse elements, because they always build like a cool suspense elements. And maybe some atmospheres. Oh yeah, it's cool and darky, but how I say, you know what I mean, I like to bring them -6 because they will be just a little bit too loud for me. So let's pull this right here, because when you're building, you want to add some elements or something's going to happen. So here, but it will be definitely too loud. So like to do, it's basically try bring them volumes down. So just look at this. So just bring all these elements right now to you, and in no time, this is the first time I'm gonna hear my brand new trailer sound design composition, what I just made from this element, and it sounds like this. So you hear this. You can tell like some anticipation of something's going on. You pretty much can build like a whole movie scenes based on this element. So if you want, I can add some reverb. And here you can maybe add like a pulse of the heartbeat. So you pretty much, you hear this thing. I did all this composition in no time. So that's the power, and that's overall, that's the sounds of the Noir, where you have over 400 elements and all categorized. And I really believe they were going to help you creating a lot of cool stuff. So thank you so much for taking the time watching my quick overview presentation of Noir, my first public release library. And thank you to my friends at Steinberg to bring me on board and give me this opportunity to share this thing with you. So I wish you all the best, and I will see you soon. Bye.